This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. October 10th is World Mental Health Day, and this year we're saying thank you, therapists. BetterHelp therapists have helped over 5 million people worldwide on their mental health journeys. That's millions of stories, millions of journeys, and behind every one is a therapist who showed up, listened, and helped someone take a step forward. Moments in therapy, like the right question, a safe space to cry, or a small win, can change lives. This World Mental Health Day, BetterHelp is honoring those connections and the therapists who make them possible, while showing how easy it is to get guidance from a licensed therapist online with BetterHelp. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. And it works with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. This World Mental Health Day, we're celebrating the therapists who've helped millions of people take a step forward. If you're ready to find the right therapist for you, BetterHelp can help you start that journey. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/PFF. That's betterhelp.com/PFF. Next up in our review, we got number 5, Texas A&M, taking care of business with a 34-17 win over Florida. Let's go over the highest grade players, starting off with the Texas A&M Aggies. Their 2 highest graded players in this game for Texas A&M were both the edge rushers, Deion Hayes and Cassius Howell. 91.1 for Deion Hayes, 87.7 for Cassius Howell. Tyreek Chappell, the safety, 75.9. Linebacker Damian Sanford, 74.7. And linebacker Torian York, 71.6. All 5 of the highest graded players at A&M came on the defensive side of the ball, with Marcel Reed with a solid 69.5 grade in the win for Texas A&M. Gorgeous uniforms, by the way. Love the throwback for A&M in this one. Florida, though, their highest grade player was linebacker Aaron Childs, 79.2. Another linebacker here in Miles Graham, 75.9. Cornerback Devin Moore, 68.9. Edge rusher Cameron James, 68.4. D-tackle Brendan Bett, 67.8. And DJ Lagway with a 45.2 grade in the loss for Florida. Dalton, what told the story in this win for Texas A&M?
Yeah, Texas A&M kind of stumbled here for the first quarter on defense especially, and it was a strange approach, a lot of man-to-man coverage, and there was some really nice throws made by DJ Lagway in the first quarter of this game to Vernell Brown, especially J. Michael Sturdivant. I think when you look at this game, though, Florida just couldn't sustain it, and it's really something that has hurt their offense throughout this season. Even last week against Texas, great first half, kind of inconsistent second half, and I think that part of that comes with Lagway. But you look at the grades on this Texas A&M defense, all right? Go to more zone coverage as the game goes on, make Lagway sit back there and read the defense and throw underneath. A&M's defense, first quarter, 58.2 defensive grade. Last 3 quarters, 78.1. Florida had 157 yards of offense in the first quarter. They had 162 the rest of the game. And they had 5 explosive plays in the first quarter. 5 explosive plays in the first quarter, 5 the rest of the game. A&M's defense, and now we've seen this the last couple weeks against Auburn, against Mississippi State, and now this is a very explosive Florida offense that did make plays in the first quarter. After that first quarter, Gators scored 3 points the rest of the way. Mike Elko in this defense found the groove. They made Lagway throw underneath, and I think that's a real problem right now for this Florida offense is just, USF did it. LSU obviously did it. You can throw some zone blitzes in there too, but when your edge players are playing as well as A&M's did last night, you don't have to blitz a whole lot. Sit back, play zone coverage, make Lagway throw it accurately underneath. The footwork is still not there. I mean, it's just for DJ Lagway. The development and the footwork it just affects the accuracy. Accuracy comes from the ground up and having a consistent base, and DJ Lagway has the opposite of a consistent base with his footwork. So I think you look at Mike Elko and the adjustments he made pretty early in this game in the second quarter, and then it was just lights out from there. And A&M, they kept up. Credit to Marcel Reed early on for playing great early in this game. Him and Mario Craver, Casey Concepcion, he was battling a tweaked hamstring throughout the night, but he was still great. A&M's defense, though, right now is putting the clamps on these opposing offenses. We're going to see how that continues to go with a couple of tough road games coming up, but they've been fantastic the last 3 weeks on defense, and after the first quarter, that continued in this game.
Yeah, I have another defensive stat, too. It was crazy for me. Florida was 1 for 11 on 3rd and 4th down in this game. Mike Elko's defense was dominant overall, but especially in the biggest moments. Again, only 1 first down for Florida on 11 opportunities. On those money downs, Florida, negative .976 EPA per play, a 45.7 offensive grade, only 2.8 yards per play for Florida on money downs in this game. And DJ Lagway had a 38.4 passing grade on 3rd and 4th down. Great job by Texas A&M for getting Florida into a lot of 3rd and longs in this one, and the Aggies got off the field. Eventually, they gassed Florida's defense out in this one because they got off the field so consistently in this one. Just an outstanding job by Texas A&M's defense on the biggest plays of the game. Florida could never, it seemed like, pick up a first down. Just Mike Elko's defense was amazing in this one, I would say.
I want to say the approach, too, from Mike Elko at the end of this game, they were up 24-17 late in this game. And they ran the ball on 19 of their last 20 plays. And the one pass was a screen. He got to a point where he basically just said, oh, this team can't score on us. We're just going to milk the clock now because they just can't. Because they had proven for 2 quarters at that point already that they couldn't do it. And I'm trying to find, do we have the last 3 games now of I'm going to find real quick here, their last 3 games where A&M has been on 3rd down on defense, because it is just ridiculous what they're doing on 3rd down right now. A&M has allowed, pulling it up, because you said 1 for 11 in this game.
1 for 11 in this one, yeah.
A&M now has allowed, suspense, I'm clicking through things, hang on. 2 for their last 33 on 3rd down.
Holy crap, dude.
These last 3 games, Auburn, Mississippi State, Florida, are 2 for 33
Jesus.
on 3rd down. When you're getting off the field like that on 3rd down, you're going to win ball games.
That's a 6% rate.
Yeah. 2 for 33, Auburn, Mississippi State, Florida. If they keep that show on the road, they got, I think, 3 tough road games in a row. I know Arkansas and LSU are 2 of them. I mean, what do you do? I mean, you better make plays on 1st down then, because you're not going to get them on 3rd down in these obvious passing situations. 2 for the last 33 they have allowed to convert.
That's nuts.
On 3rd down. That's silly. That's just beyond silly. I don't even know what to say about that. That speaks for itself.
That's even better rate than what they had in this game. 1 for 11.
Yeah,
that's incredible. Like I
think Auburn had 1 and Mississippi State didn't have any. And now Florida had 1.
Yeah.
That's just silly. It speaks for itself. But when you get defensive coordinators, it's like the first thing they say all the time. Oh, we got to get off the field on 3rd down. Well, Mike Elko, your defense is doing it. Yeah. I'm sure you're well aware of it. That's probably his favorite stat out of anything that's happened the last few weeks.
Before we go to the other side of the ball, I want to give my most impressive real quick. The A&M edge rushers, big reason why they're getting off the field on 3rd and 4th down in this one. Cassius Howell continues to look like one of the best defensive players that we have in college football this year, and maybe a potential first-round pick. I know his arms are a little bit shorter, but this guy is dominating right now for the Aggies. 90.3 pass rush grade, 4 pressures. He had a sack and a hit and 3 other pass rush wins. He had Austin Barber's head spinning in this game. Austin Barber had a 0.0 pass blocking grade, I believe, right? Did it end up at 0.0?
Yes. Yeah.
That's a guy who could be a top 50 pick in the NFL draft this year. And he had a 0.0 against A&M because of Cassius Howell and Deion Hayes. But Cassius Howell, 8 sacks right now, tied for 2nd in the country behind only David Bailey of Texas Tech, who also could be a first-round pick. We'll talk about him later on in the show. He's not the only one who dominated, though, because Deion Hayes, like I mentioned before, 92.8 pass rush grade, 3 pressures, and a sack on only 19 pass rush snaps. So both Cassius Howell and Deion Hayes were incredible for Texas A&M against a really good Florida offensive line, too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, to have players like Austin Barber put up numbers like that because your edge rush, I mean, Cassius Howell especially is just a monster, like you mentioned. On the other side, I want to talk about A&M's offensive line. Outstanding in pass protection. How about a 92 pass blocking grade as a team? They were only charged with 1 pressure. Reed was only under pressure 3 times the entire night. 0 sacks, obviously. Florida, after a great week last week pass rushing against Texas, right back to the old habits we had before, where we just get nothing here from their pass rush. I don't care who it is. You leave a quarterback that clean and you only pressure him 3 times all night, he's going to hurt you. So, I mean, A&M, after the first quarter on defense, you could argue this was the most complete game they played all year. I think Mike Elko is getting closer to, hey, guys, we're starting to play full 60-minute ball games now. Now they got to take the show on the road. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch Texas A&M the second half of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Texas A&M, what an incredible win for them with a 34-17 win over Florida. And Texas A&M, halfway through the year, is going to be the highest-ranked team in the SEC right now, which is probably not something we thought we would be saying going into the year, Dalton. We had them top 15 going into the year, but they are firmly a top 5 team in college football right now.